crime when he was being killed, when he was murdered. He was in his grandmother's backyard minding his fucking business. They shot him 20 times and killed him in front of his family. Explain to me how Dylan Roof, after killing 9 innocent churchgoers, some of them children, was taken into custody alive and given a meal from Burger King. Explain to me how Nicholas Cruz, after killing 17 people, the Parkland shooter. Everyone for coming out. I was hoping that everyone was still revved up from the March for Our Lives and would come out to march for Stephon's life and would march for black and brown and indigenous lives, because we have been marching for our lives for years and years and years. I would never want to take away from anyone's struggle or anyone's fight. But why is it that it is so easy for celebrities and government officials to get behind the March for Our Lives, but when black and brown people talk about police gunning us down in the street, it's met with silence? Our voice is not amplified the way that other voices are, so I feel that it is important that we are here tonight amplifying it, because nobody got us, we're all we fucking got.
Ignite, convict, send those killer cops to jail. The whole damn system is guilty as hell. Ignite, convict, send those killer cops to jail. The whole damn system is guilty as hell. The whole damn system is guilty as hell. Ignite, convict, send those killer cops to jail. The whole damn system is guilty as hell.
Years now, since the civil rights movement, and even before that, and little to nothing has changed. Stephon Clark is proof of that. Trayvon Martin is proof of that. I could sit here and say hundreds and hundreds of names being proof of that. Deborah Danner from the Bronx, that's right. And that these deaths are a blow to us all. So I don't care how many fucking celebrities endorse this. I don't care how much money we raise. I don't give a fuck if 4 of us were here. I'm gonna march for my black ass life until the day I fucking die.
Justice!
When do we want it?
Now!
Why do we run?
Justice!
When do we want it?
Now!
And if we don't get it,
Shut it down!
if we don't get it,
Shut it down!
we don't get it.
Shut it down!
Thank you. I want everybody to show some love for the
November 20th, 2014.
That's a symptom. That's a symptom.
I think they're addressing the wound.
It's a symptom. No one's getting to.
You don't believe they're addressing the wound?
No, the roots, that slavery, that thing that no one wants to address, that no one wants to talk about, that the Congress of this United States still has not given an apology for. Still,
this is not slavery. Stephon Clark getting killed is not part of slavery.
This is what I'm saying. This is what I'm saying.
That's a lynching.
Listen to me. Congress has not addressed this issue.
They're not going to
Congress
address it.
refused to apologize to peoples of African descent for what
Why
has
would they
happened.
apologize? The system
It's
was
the
designed to do exactly what it's doing.
This is what needs
There's
to
nothing
happen.
you could do to change the system.
There-
No
there-
politician
yes,
you could put there.
There is
There's
something.
nothing you could do.
There
The only
is.
way to get rid of the system is destroying it completely and putting a new one in
That's
its
one.
place.
That's
the
an
only
anarchist.
way.
That's an anarchist.
No, that's the
viewpoint.
only way. That's a revolutionary
That's your anarchist
way.
viewpoint.
That's a revolutionary
That's an anarchist
way.
viewpoint.
That's a
And
revolutionary way.
That's one. It's not the same revolutionary tactics that have been used in the past that have been successful. So I
What
mean,
has been
it's an
successful?
anarchist type.
What
viewpoint.
revolution that been successful?
Well, there's the peaceful protest of the civil rights movement.
How's
which
that been
was not
successful?
How was that successful? Well, let's see. If I didn't have that, I would not be able to go south of Virginia without having issues, or without I wouldn't be those
People still
protests,
have
those
issues over
sit-ins.
there.
Yeah,
There's
but
a lot of
legally,
racism now, especially down there.
it's subversive now. It's subversive, but legally, they got the job done. They helped reinstitute the 1875 civil rights movement that was already on file. But was not being enforced by the federal government. So they had to do a national campaign for years in order to expose that. What I'm saying is the wound that is in this nation, this is a surface symptom. And like these do help bring it to light. So this is helping bring it to light what this systemic racism is going on. But we're going to have to dig deeper, and it's going to have to be addressed on a national level. And it can be. No one thought that Jim Crow would be eliminated. No one thought that would happen. If you were 100 years before, no one thought that the South would change. That it seemed impossible for Jim Crow to change. It seemed impossible for lynchings not to stop happening, for people just looking at someone wrong in the street. It seemed impossible. What I'm saying is, just because it seems impossible right now doesn't mean it can't happen. But this wound has to be addressed at a national level, or it will not truly heal. These protests and these organizations, they are tools that are helping to expose what's still going on in this country subversively, even though legally, technically, legally you have all your rights, but subversively there is still the systemic racism. But once we do get that enough collective power, and this is the thing, the leadership, there's no head, there's no real head that like, hey, we're under.
So what you gonna do after this conversation?
I'm going to start strategizing and working within my community, and hopefully I can get your contact information, and we can keep in touch to see how we can coordinate and work together, because I want to see.
Even though I'm an anti-government person, anti-police.
Hey, listen, I'm about bringing all facets of all people. There are comrades, there's constituents, everyone. If we have a common goal, we can utilize and work together. And that's the thing, everyone, if you find that commonality, you can work together. We may not have to be best friends on all issues, but we can.
I'm here to support something that shouldn't be happening. There shouldn't be people being outside just for color and being harmed for something so stupid. Like, it doesn't make any sense, someone to just come outside and then having to have someone, a cop, someone that's supposed to be protecting us, but is basically doing the opposite. There has been so many people being harmed for this reason, and it shouldn't be happening. It's like time is repeating itself, and it shouldn't. We're the better generation. It shouldn't be happening.
Do you want to see anything specific happen as far as laws or anything like that?
Well, actually, I knew a friend that was in high school. He was young. He was my age. He was 17 years old. And he literally walked outside playing basketball. He was getting a scholarship. He was going to college.
Shut it down.
He had money to get a college.
Shut it down.
It was hard to get that money.
Shut it
I'm literally crying because that had to happen to him.
Shut it down.
He literally walked outside. And there was a car there, a police car. He reached in his pocket, thinking, because he was in a bad area, just because he was in a bad area. He walked out with his hand in his pocket, and he looked at the cop, and the cop was just like, "Excuse me, sir, like, what are you doing?" And then he was like, "Oh, I'm just here, like, I'm gonna go play basketball." And he put his hand in his pocket, and he got shot in the head. And I was at his funeral, and it was depressing. It's like, his poor parents, that was the last time they could ever say, "I love you, have fun," and no, it just isn't right.
Yeah.
It's not.
Okay. Do you think there's any, do you see potential for progress on this issue?
Honestly, I wish, I want that. That's my dream, to have progress, for this not to happen. But it's just these people, like, I don't know, it's like,
Fuck the police.
It's hard, it's really hard, but we're gonna try. We are gonna try, and we're not gonna stop. That's one thing I'm gonna tell you, we're not gonna stop.
All right, thank you very much. Can you spell your last name?
NataliE, and my last name is Canelliz. Natalie Canellis.
And where are you from?
I'm originally from here, but I just moved to Florida a couple of years ago.
All right. Can you explain to me what the CPU is?
Yeah, CPU is basically a Cop Watch Patrol Unit. So we call ourselves CPU, as you see in the hat. So basically, it's a group of brothers and sisters that I started in 2011. It's over 100 of us now, and what we do is basically we monitor police. In every precinct that we learn there is a lot of police being very aggressive, brutalizing, traumatizing people in the community, and criminalizing people in the community. We make sure that we monitor these precincts and let them know that there's someone out there watching them on a regular basis. So we got like 3 or 4 cars that we send out. We're about to create our own little bike crew in the summer so we could send out. And we're trying to be very noticeable. That's why we have these uniforms. Similar like the Black Panthers did. They had the red and they had the black uniform on. We want to have similar things so people could be able to say when they see us coming, oh, that's Cop Watch. And they see another group coming, that's the cops. That's Cop Watch, that's the cop. They're here for us and they're here for us too, but in a different way.
Where can people find you?
Yeah, definitely. All you have to do is either Google Cop Watch Patrol Unit or you could Google my name, Jose LaSalle. And
how do you spell your last name?
LASALLE. And you get all the information you want, how to come to one of our trainings. Our trainings is more field type training. We don't deal with sitting down inside a room or office or anything and talk about know your rights. We deal more about taking you out into the field, letting you see for yourself what it's like to monitor police in a militant and revolutionary way.
Everywhere we go, people want to know who we are.
In the roadway and utilize the sidewalk, you will be placed under arrest and charged with disorderly conduct. This is the New York City Police Department. And utilize the available sidewalk. If you do so voluntarily, no charges will be placed against you. If you remain in the roadway and refuse to utilize the sidewalk, you will be placed under arrest and charged with disorderly conduct. This is the New York City Police Department. You are unlawfully in the roadway and obstructing vehicular traffic. You are ordered to leave the roadway and utilize the available sidewalk. If you do so voluntarily, no charges will be placed against you. If you remain in the roadway and refuse to utilize the sidewalk, you will be placed under arrest and charged with disorderly conduct. Voluntarily, no charges.
We are the people! The motherfucking people! Fighting for justice! Black liberation! Brown liberation! Communist liberation!
Our street! Will Street! 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 Will Street! Our 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 street! Our street! Our street! Our street! Our street! Our streets! Our streets! Our streets!
And nothing.
Placed under arrest and charged with disorderly conduct. This is the New York City Police Department. You are unlawfully in the roadway and obstructing vehicular traffic. You are ordered to leave the roadway and utilize the available sidewalk.
You serve us! 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 Fuck these racist police! No peace! Fuck these racist police! No justice! 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 No peace! Fuck these racist police!
I said no justice.
No peace! Fuck these racist police! No justice! No peace! Fuck these racist police!
Justice. No peace. Fuck these racists. They got it.
They're trying to kill you! Congratulations! Racist police! No justice, no peace! Fuck these racist police!
I said no justice.
No peace! Fuck these racist police!
I said no justice.
No peace! Fuck these racist police!
I said no justice.
No peace! You fucking asshole!
Get the fuck out of the way. Touch nobody, scold it. I'm gonna file a complaint against you. I ain't supposed to touch nobody. You're in the street. You know what I'm saying? No, you touch read the paperwork again, guys. One time. Let him go!
Let him go! Let him go! Let him go! Let him go! Let him go! Let him go! Let him go! Let him go! Let him go!
justice, no peace.
Fuck these racist police. Justice, no peace. Fuck these racist police.
They scared, but he will never step to me.
Fuck the police! Fuck the police! Fuck the police!
Justice!
Fuck the police! Stop! Stop! Like, stop!
Get on the sidewalk!
Get on the sidewalk! Guys, come on, sidewalk! What's a better way to protest? They fucking cowards. What's a better way to protest?
Yeah, move on, buddy.
Yo, why do you touch my 15-year-old?
Children! I know why you mad! People like me! Bully people like you! You piece of shit!
What's a better way to protest, man?
You good?
They want to push people back, push people fight. That's assault. Anybody do that now yet? Yeah. No. So have they been in the arrest?
If you remain in the roadway and refuse to utilize the sidewalk, in charge of disorderly conduct.
Fuck the police! MTP! Fuck the police! MTP! Fuck the police!
Babe, you need to
Go, start! Get him on the corner! My God!
Am I okay with the unlawful protest? Of course. Protests are not supposed to be comfortable for anybody. That's the reason why we're doing it, so this can stop happening.
Why are you marching?
For Black lives.
Is there anything that we need to change as Black people in order to help the situation, or is it all on cops?
That's a difficult question to answer.
Okay. Well, like a bigger conversation.
Yeah, definitely.
So what do you want to see change?
The justice system. There being justice for black and brown people. Our lives are taken for granted, and that needs to be changed. People need to be held accountable.
About this madness, honestly.
I support cops 100%, so I'm on the side with the cops.
Okay. How about this unlawful march right now? Is it okay because they feel strongly about it, or how do you feel?
Well, we were just talking. We think it's a waste of taxpayer dollars. They're paying all these police to march with them, and it just seems like a waste. I mean, they want cops to protect them, but they're complaining about the cops.
And when they need help, who do they call? Cops. So you can't be hating on the people who come help you in the end.
Stephon Clark! Stephon Clark!
Stephon Clark!
Stephon Clark! Stephon Clark!
All right, sir. So why are you out here with this march and rally right now?
We are here because Black Lives Matter and because police officers just murdered another black young man in Sacramento, which was this month, Stephon Clark.
Okay.
And this is a continuing problem that black and brown people are facing here in America, where police officers are murdering unarmed black and brown youth.
Do you agree with the sentiment that white supremacy is the root issue?
Yes, especially with the president that we have now, Donald Trump. He supports white supremacists, and you know, it's on us to unite and to end this hatred.
Okay. So, do you want to see any new legislation, any laws change? What kind of change do you want to see?
You know what? What the change I want to see is where cops are held accountable when they commit a crime. And that's something that we haven't been able to experience here in America. So, you know what? It's going to take a revolution because this system has no future for the youth, for the black and brown youth in America. But the revolution does.
Okay. Let me ask you a tough question now. Black people in this nation make up about 19% of the population, yet they are responsible for about 50% of the violent crime. Is there anything that black people need to change in order to, you know, be perceived differently and maybe be safer and more respected by police? Or is this just a one-sided issue?
You know what? I think we should, us black and brown people, we should love and care for each other more, and we should support each other. But you know what? How about when white kill white people, like the mass shootings in school? How about the, you know, the serial killers and stuff like that? You know, like we have, I understand we have a problem with black on black crime, brown on brown crime, but that has nothing to do with this systematic problem. You know, police are killing us and they're getting away with us. When a black person kills another black person, there's accountability. He goes to jail. The problem is police officers are not held accountable.
Okay. Can I have your name, sir?
My name is Joshua Lopez.
Okay, and where are you from?
I'm from Manhattan, uptown Manhattan.
Okay.
And you know, I got involved after the police killed my uncle. Approximately 6.5 years ago. September will be 7 years. And I think we should all be involved before it hits your doorstep, before it hits anybody else's home. I think we should all be involved.
How old are you, sir?
I'm 39 years old.
Fuck the police!
Why are you marching?
Because Black Lives Matter!
Okay. Is it okay to engage in an unlawful protest?
Yeah, that's the point, right? It's to disrupt.
Okay. Do you think all cops are bad?
The system is bad. Individual cops that have to think about it.
The system breeds and attracts people who are racist, who are sexist, who have alternative motives of power. So I think the system, like Carly said, is broken. I think there are individuals who are good, but yeah.
If you come in contact with a police officer. It is merely called a seizure. Anything can happen within that seizure. All they have to say is that it is reasonable. That means it can go, they can, if you probable cause, they call it probable cause, but there's actually a whole list, especially here in New York. It's penal called 3530. They can kill you. If you run, they can kill you. If they believe you committed a felony, they can kill you. If you do anything, they can just kill you because the law says that they can't. This is why these mothers continue outside of these grand juries. This is why you see them outside crying, because the law says that they can do this. Understand, they can do this. It used to be that life was protected under the 14th Amendment. It isn't anymore. It isn't anymore. It's here. It's here. The black life has been put right here under the 4th Amendment. Your life ends. Your life ends. Your right to live ends. If a cop is charged to so-called defect and arrest, it ends right there. The only life that matters is the cops under the 4th Amendment right now. And what I'm out here to say that the 4th Amendment needs to be returned to the people. Return to the people, and I'm also out here to let y'all know that it comes from the top. The United States Supreme Court has put your life up underneath the 4th Amendment. Anybody else want to say a few words?
I want to say a few words. Who they kill? I said, who they kill? Last time I checked, ain't no permit in this country to hunt the black man. How? I said, last time I checked, ain't no permit in this country to hunt the black man. So how come they out here gunning my brothers down like it's hunting season? I ain't gonna stand for that shit. I ain't gonna stand for that shit. I say, rise up, rise up, rise up, rise up, rise up, rise up. Fight back, fight back, fight back, fight back. Black power, black power, black power, black power, black power.
We're gonna be alright with y'all youth. We're gonna be alright. We're gonna close it out now unless somebody else has something to say that is with this movement. So we're gonna close it out with Asada Shakur. I want black youth to step to the front, please. Black youth, step to the front. Black youth, step to the front. Put your fist up. It is our duty to fight for our freedom.
It is our duty to fight for our freedom.
It is our duty to win.
It is our duty to win.
We must love and support one another.
We must love and support one another.
We have nothing to lose but our chains.
We have nothing to lose but our chains.
It is our duty to fight for our freedom.
It is our duty to fight for our freedom.
It is our duty to win.
It is our duty to win.
We must love and support one another.
We must love and support one another.
We have nothing to lose but our chains.
We have nothing to lose but our chains.
I want the ancestors to hear this one.
I want the ancestors to hear this one.
It is our duty to fight for our freedom.
It is our duty to fight for our freedom.
It is our duty to win.
It is our duty to win.
We must love and support one another.
We must love and support one another.
We have nothing to lose but our chains.
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 I want everybody, I'm thanking again everybody for coming out. We're NYC shut it down at every single If you're wondering where the Black Lives Matter movement went, or if you want to protest every single Monday for the last 3 years without missing a Monday, NYC Shut It Down highlights a different victim of police brutality, and we take these streets, whether it's 8 of us or 80. So every Monday, if you go to NYC Shut It Down on any social that we are highlighting. Let's keep it up. I love everybody here. Please get home safely. Thank you.
What do we want?
Justice!
When do we want it?
Now!
What do we want?
Justice!
When do we want it?
Now! Shut it down! Shut it down! Shut it down! Justice! Now! Justice!
Mic check! Mic check!
Mic check!
Mic check!
Mic check!
Mic check! Mic check! Okay. If anybody knows the identities of the people that were arrested, if those were your friends,
We're gonna mic check.
oh, we did? Okay, good. Okay. There was also a trans person that fainted in the streets from Modular Lord Project. If we have their information, make sure that they're taken care of.
No, mic check it.
Mic check!
Mic check!
Mic check!
Mic check!
We are now also going to be doing jail support
We are now also going to be doing jail support
for the people who were arrested.
for the people who were arrested.
If you are out in these streets,
If you are out in these
if
streets,
you are about this life,
if you are about this life,
then you know
then you know
that you show up for your people.
that you show up for your
It
people.
doesn't end
It doesn't end
when the chanting ends.
when the chanting ends.
It ends
It ends
when our people are out of jail.
when our people are out of jail.
When our people are met
When our people are met
with support and
with
food
support and food
and care
and care
from the people who are out here right now.
from the people who are out here right now.
So talk amongst yourselves.
So talk amongst yourselves.
Find out if you know any information on the people
Find out if you know any information on the people
who were arrested.
who were arrested.
Form a squad
Form a squad
and go to them.
and go to them
And wait until they are out.
and wait until they're out.
And if you know the precinct,
And if you know the precinct,
go there.
go there.
Okay.
Black power!
Black power! Black power!
Black power! Black power!
I want to speak to the people one time. Mic check, mic check, mic check. I want to give you a little history on the cops in America, the origin of the cops in America. All right, the origin of the cops in America goes back to the early 1800s when we were still slaves on the Chantel plantation. When we would escape, they would send, they would go hunting for us, basically. They would put on their sheets, and they would get their bloodhounds, their rifles, they would deputize their deputies, and they would bring us back to the plantation, and they would make examples out of us. That's basically how the cops got started in America, okay? And the tradition ain't changed. The tradition ain't changed. We're not Chantel slaves anymore. We're economic slaves. But we're still slaves, and the purpose of the cops is to hunt us down and kill us when we try to escape the plantation. This is still the plantation. We're still slaves. We're still fighting, and we still ain't free. Black power!
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 And every time a kid gets shot in the park for playing with a toy gun, you know why. Every time we get hung in a jail cell by the pigs, you know why. When we in our backyard talking on our cell phone and get shot 20 times, you know why. Now that you know why, the next step is what are you going to do about it? What are we going to do about it? Black power!
Black power!
Black power!
Black power! Mic check!
Mic check!
Mic check!
Good afternoon, brothers and sisters.
Brothers and sisters.
It's tough to be here.
It's tough to be here.
Another night, another day. Sorry, another night and another day. Marching for another brother, for another sister, for another person killed at the hands of police, killed at the hands of this system. My name is Juan Peralta. I am a New York native, a Harlem native. I have seen the police in my neighborhood day in and day out, and I have learned from a young age that they are not my friend. I have learned this not from my parents telling me it, because that is a narrative. They tell you that the relationship between police and people of color, black people in particular, is because we are aggressive. That is bullshit.
Right. That's right. That's
We
right.
know to defend ourselves. We know when something is fucking going to kill us to stay away from it. That's why there are hundreds, thousands of women today that are suffering from domestic abuse that will not call the police. Because they'd rather suffer domestic abuse than to see their partner die. That is our system. Our system makes it so people are scared to find protection. The people that are so-called there to protect us are the ones that killed us mercifully in the street. Stephon Clark is not someone resisting arrest, like the narrative is. Right? Like the narrative is. He shouldn't have been resisting. How many people die every day that were not resisting?
Too many.
Tamir Rice was not resisting. 2 seconds out of a fucking car shooting a kid in his chest is not resisting. These cops will say that they are scared, right? They're in a project staircase at night, like a Kai Gurley, right? They're in a project staircase at night, but they shoot right away. They're scared of us because they're taught to be scared of us, because we are the power.
Black power!
Black power!
We hold all the power. Black power! Black power! Black people in the United States have been always the strongest. They have always been the people that suffer through the most. Black men and black women. We cannot forget that, because we have people that get paid their dollars to say it's a man thing, but the women are a struggle that not only are they being hurt by the police, but they're being hurt by men on an everyday basis. And we must remember that, not only in Women's History Month, but every fucking day.
Black power!
Black power!
Black power!
Black power! Black power! Black power!
Black power!
All right, it's okay to come out here because we're angry. It's definitely okay to come out here because we want to point out that we want justice. But the thing is, we must demand that this law, our law here in New York, gets taken off the books. So long as New York Penal Code 3530 is on the books, people will continue to get killed here by the police, and it will be called reasonable. All they have to do is say that they thought at the time it was reasonable to shoot you, and it will be justified.
You have to change the laws.
The law must go.
You have to change the
has
laws.
to go. The law. It's the laws. It's the laws. It was the law in California. It was the law in Missouri. It's the law. Anytime a black man gets killed and nothing happens, it's the law. The law. The law needs to change. New York Penal Code 3530. Come off the books. It needs to come off the books.
Come off the books!
Come off the books.
Change the law.
Come off the books!
Come off the books.
Come off the books! Come off the books!
Come off the books! Come off the books! Come off the books! Come off the books! Come off the books! Come off the books! Come off the books! Come off the books! Come off the books! Come off.
I'm sorry, no.
Hey.
Let me tell y'all something right now. Every time there's a police murder, you're gonna have all type of people come out here. And don't repeat every goddamn thing somebody say, because they saying it in a megaphone. These police don't give a fuck about none of these fucking laws. Do not let nobody distract your black ass to be running behind these politicians. Do not let nobody distract
you into signing petitions and playing on the fucking internet. That's not good enough. That maintains white supremacy. Stop it. Don't let nobody come out here and sell you a hashtag that you hashtag to death. Fuck a woke. Fuck that. Fuck a woke. They're using you as currency and data mining your thoughts every time you hashtag some shit. Stop repeating what everybody says. Get some political education. Get some African studies under your belt. So then you cannot be misled by greedy, self-serving black people and power structure maintaining white people that use Negro pawns to maintain their power structure. Black people, do you hear me?
Yeah.
Don't be repeating every goddamn thing somebody says on a megaphone. Who gives a fuck about some goddamn penal law? We black people, we gonna start cutting that fat. We gonna cut the fat. Because no penal law have ever stopped the NYPD, the LAPD, the CPD, the SPD, the SFPD, the Pensacola PD from murdering our asses. This is a white man country. After the Native American signed over, after they were stolen and their land was stolen, George Washington declared this a white country. Fuck a penal law. Learn to defend yourself, black people. No more petitions. No more hashtags. Learn how to kick some ass. Learn how to sew. Learn how to make your own goddamn clothes. Stop going to H&M. Stop going to all these businesses. Fuck these politicians. They shouldn't be out here walking in the daylight without being embarrassed instead of begging them to change some fucking law. Fuck out of here. Fuck out of here with that shit. Grow your own damn food in your own fucking house, black people. The freedom is in your independence, not a hashtag, not a petition, not a penal law.
When you don't need nobody, ain't nobody your
Get
answer.
some independence, black people. And when we say black power, I'm looking at all the Africans that's a little scared to put their hand up. You scared of your landlord? You scared of your boss?
Fuck that.
Don't be scared to put your hand up and say black power. Black power. Black power. Black power. Black power. I said black power. Black power. Thank you. Fuck out of here.
I'm a lot scared.
Goddamn penal
I don't know who that was directed to, but
it was directed to you.
I'm not
no
a
penal law.
politician.
Fuck penal
I'm
law.
not a politician.
I'm not a lawyer. Fuck
but
that.
I am a paralegal. Whatever I say may not be used.
They
as,
kill paralegals too. They don't give a fuck.
Legal advice. Okay.
They don't give a fuck.
I am educated in this, and I'm here to tell you that the laws are the reasons why people are getting killed. They are this 3530 says that if you run, all the police has to believe.
Tamir Rice didn't run. Sean Bell didn't
Do you
run.
know the laws? Do you know the laws? Do you know the laws of those states?
Those white men.
Do you know the laws of those states? You don't know the laws. You don't know what you're talking about. If you don't know the laws, you don't know what you're talking about. And I'm no politician.
Who sent you to mislead the people? Who sent you to mislead the
Basically,
people?
the whole point is that the police don't give a fuck about the law. Whatever the law is, they don't give a fuck. If they want to shoot you and kill you, they're gonna shoot you and kill you. That's basically what the bottom line is. Okay? It doesn't matter.
You don't know the law. Do you know the law? Do you know the law?
Okay, everybody. I got a lot of skin, but I'm half Native American. And I can tell you straight up.
If you know it's
I gotta say something too. I'm privileged.
Who is the enemy?
white power structure. And what do they control?
And these fucking trigger-happy racist ass cops. That's That's the enemy. We are not each other's enemies. Right? What we out here for? Stephon Clark. Who killed Stephon Clark? That's the enemy. Who killed Stephon Clark? That's the enemy. We are not our own enemy. White supremacy is the enemy. Okay? We are not our own enemy. Alright? I'm tired of us. I'm tired of seeing of us fighting each other. You know what I'm saying? We need to unify, stick together. That's what they want to see. They want to see us fight each other. So they got a reason to intervene. NVN, nigga versus nigga, and they kill whoever's left standing. Alright? We cannot fight amongst each other. We know who the enemy is. We fight the enemy. Point blank, period. Black power.
Black power! Black power! Black power!
Okay, I got light skin, but I'm half Native American, but because of my light skin, I'm privileged. Dude, I can go into a store and I can boast a beer. No one looks at me. No one looks at me. They act like nothing's happening. Yeah, I mean, straight up. I mean, that's what it really do. I can just do dirt. I'm a human crime wave. I'm a human crime wave. I'm just saying.
You gotta say black power. If you're gonna speak on the mic, though, you gotta say black power.
I'm saying black power. But no, I got white privilege. I got white privilege because I'm allowed to.
We can make a rap this up. One thing they're coming out.